Hello everyone! Today I'm bringing you a popular tote bag. Now I will show you how to make it. First, what we have received is a material kit. Let's open the materials and check them first. Inside, the first item is a finished shoulder strap. We don't need it yet, so put it aside. There is also a tool kit, a bag charm, a support base plate, and a piece of bottom leather. These are all correct. Let's set them aside. Then there are two large pieces of leather, which are front and back. These two large pieces of leather have different orientations. I'll show you how to distinguish them. This position is for magnetic snap. There are holes on it, so this edge is the top edge. The bottom edge does not have these two rows of holes. These two pieces are the same. Now align the holes on these two pieces. Next, let's check the sides. Each piece on the side has a row of holes. But one piece's edge is closer to the needle holes. This piece also has a large hole on it. The other piece, where the needle holes are further from the edge, also has a large hole. Place the piece with the holes closer to the edge on top of the piece with the holes further away. Also, these two large holes are here. This is correct. The materials you received are correct. Now check the other side. Turn it over. The other side is also the same. It also has a narrow edge that is closer to the needle holes, and a wide edge. Align them with the narrow edge on top. It also has a square, but it doesn't have the two large holes. The materials you received are correct. Next, let's check if the tool kit is missing anything. Let's pour them out. There is a spool of thread, a small hardware like this, a pair of magnetic snaps and a screwdriver, two large square buckles, and two small pieces of leather like this. These two small pieces are the same. The difference between them is, this small piece has 4 holes, 2 on each end, while this small piece only has 1 hole. This is correct. If both pieces of leather were exactly the same, then they would definitely be wrong. And there is a U-shaped hardware like this, and some small screws. There are 2 sizes of these screws. 3 are longer. This bag only needs 2. The extra one is a spare in case one is lost. We only need 5 shorter screws. The extra ones are for spare. There are also 2 small barbells like this. Let's take them apart first. These 4 are the bottom feet. These 2 metal rods are useless. If the bottom feet you received do not include these 2 metal rods, and only have these 4 feet, that is also correct. Then we put the parts we don't need yet into this storage bag, to prevent them from getting lost. Now I will teach you the first step of sewing. We sew this side and the other side first. Both sides are the same. Now let's take the thread. Take a thread that is 4 times the length of this piece. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. I'll show you how to thread the needle. Hold the needle with one hand and the thread with the other, passing it through the needle eye. Then we use the needle tip to pierce through the middle of the thread, like this. Then pull the back thread and it will lock. We also need to prepare a lighter and a pair of scissors. We will need them later. These need to be prepared by yourself. Now we start sewing. We need to make sure these 2 rows of holes are at the top. The 2 rows of holes of the other one should also be at the top. And check here again, it should be the same as the beginning of the video. This way you won't make a mistake. Now we start sewing. When sewing, insert the needle from the back. Starting from the 3rd needle hole and the 3rd needle hole of this piece. Pass it through. And leave a tail of thread. Use your other finger to press down on the thread tail. Then start sewing outwards. When you get to the last stitch, wrap the thread around from the outside. Then pass it through the 1st needle hole again. Pull the thread tight. Then just follow the needle holes and sew downwards, 1 stitch at a time. Now the way we are sewing is like this. 1 stitch is missing here, and 1 stitch is here. Then 1 is missing again, and 1 is here. We keep sewing down along the needle holes. When you get to the end, pass the thread back, and fill in all the missing stitches. That's all. Now we continue to sew downwards. Now we have sewn up to here, like this. All the back stitches have been filled in. Look, these were all skipped stitches. Now they are all filled. Continue sewing forward. Now the sewing is complete. Then backstitch 2 stitches to prevent the thread from coming out. Afterward, cut the thread with scissors. When cutting, leave about 5 millimeters of the thread tail. Then use a lighter to burn it. Like this. That's it. We have now completed this body. Next, I will show you how to sew on the magnetic snaps. There's still some thread left here, so I won't cut more. It should be enough. Find this small piece of leather. Take any one. Then align it like this. But you will notice there is another needle hole next to this small piece. And another needle hole on this side. 1 extra stitch on each side. This is for locking the stitch. Still insert the needle from the back. Leave a thread tail and hold it down with your finger. Then sew forward along the needle holes. Now you can see, this small piece has no more holes. But the large piece still has a hole. Pass it back and sew backward. Continue. Sew forward 1 stitch at a time like this. Sew around all these needle holes. This is how these 2 magnetic snaps are sewn. They are symmetrical. The sewing method for these 2 small pieces is the same. Next, we sew this side. Find these 2 pieces of leather in the storage bag. Take out the screwdriver and the 2 square buckles and this U-shaped hardware and this small hardware. There are 2 sizes of screws. Use the shorter one. Install this small hardware onto the piece that has only 1 hole. Insert the screw from the back and screw on the small hardware. Tighten it with the screwdriver. Then pick up this piece. The piece with 4 holes is installed on the side that has 2 large holes. Then thread it through this square buckle. Fold it over like this. Then clamp it with the small piece. Still starting from the back. I'll insert the needle starting from the first needle hole. Hold down the thread tail with the other hand. Then sew upwards. Align with the needle holes. Because this leather is now 3 layers, the needle holes might not be perfectly aligned when you sew. We need a little patience. Sew slowly and it will be fine. Don't rush here. We have sewn 2 stitches now, up to this point. Then sew backward. When sewing to the first stitch here, the thread tail is caught. This hand can be released now. You don't need to press it constantly. Then continue sewing forward. Now we have sewn this tab. This tab has holes. Take a look. Now I will show you how to install this U-shaped hardware. Find those 3 longer screws. They are used to install the U-shaped hardware. First, pass the screw through the hole. A bit will stick out on this side. Then align the U-shaped hardware like this. You can turn it 2 turns first, but don't tighten it too much. Then tighten this screw. Then reinforce this one. This side is complete. Now for the other side. The square buckle on the other side does not have these 2 holes in the middle, so we will use this piece of leather. The metal part of this leather should face outward. Put it on like this. We still need 1 square buckle. Fold it over like this and clip it here. Leave a thread tail at the back and hold it down with your finger. Continue sewing upwards. Still use the same sewing method as the other side. Sew 2 stitches upwards. After we've sewn 2 or 3 stitches, start sewing backward. When sewing to here, we can release this finger. The thread tail will not come out. Then continue sewing forward along the needle holes. This side is now sewn. It looks like this after sewing. Next, we sew the bag charm on the other side. Thread the bag charm through with the suede side facing up. Then fold it over. Then sew 1 circle of stitches, and that's all. Now let's get the thread. .5 times the length of this leather piece is enough for the thread. 2 times, 3 times, 3.5 times. This bag charm needs to be sewn onto the side with the U-shaped hardware. Do not sew it on this side. Sewing it here is wrong. It must be sewn on this side. Still leave a thread tail here. You can start from any needle hole in the middle position. Still the same method. After sewing a few stitches, sew backward. Then continue. Then loop around from this position and sew to here. Then loop back again. And fill in the missing stitches. That's it. Now the bag charm is sewn. It looks like this. Next, we sew the shoulder strap. Find this long shoulder strap. It has 2 rows of holes. The 2 rows of holes are on the side with the hardware. Pull it down and align it here like this. One side of this shoulder strap has thick thread, and the other side has thin thread. Can you see clearly? The thick thread and the thin thread. The thick thread is more aesthetically pleasing. We put the thick thread facing up. The thick thread is facing up in my hand now. Pass this through. Sew it here like this. Still insert the needle from the back. Now we have finished sewing this circle of thread. It's best to sew it 1 more time after finishing, to make this circle of thread double. Double thread will be stronger to use, because this area will bear weight. Okay, now we are finished sewing. Then backstitch 2 stitches. Cut the thread tail. Burn it with a lighter. Be careful not to burn the leather material when burning. Next step is to start sewing the bottom. We need to turn the bag inside out first. Now the right side is facing out. Turn the bag inside out. When we are sewing, the bottom piece should also have the suede side facing out. There is a large hole in the center of each of the four sides of the bottom. This is the center position of this piece. You will also see four large holes in the center of the body's stitch holes. You need to look carefully. Then, when sewing, it is like this. Now let's get the thread. One, 2, 3, 4. Measuring 4 times is 1 circumference of the bottom. But we need to take at least 3.5 times the circumference. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it is 3 times 1, 2. Now it is 3.5 times. Cut the thread. Then find the large hole on the bottom piece. You can see this large hole. It's quite obvious. It's larger than the surrounding ones. Then we go look for the large hole on the body. This one is clearly larger. Align the large hole of the bottom leather with the large hole of the body. Be sure to align this large hole. Otherwise, the bag will be crooked after sewing. Now the bottom is sewn. Then we turn the bag right side out. Then we install the base plate. Find 4 screws and 4 bottom feet. We will use the shorter screws now. Place the support base plate in the center of the bottom. Make sure it's centered. Pass the screw through here. Push it through. Then take a bottom foot and screw it on by hand. I'll take another screw. The 4 bottom feet are now in place. Then we reinforce them with the screwdriver. Hold the bottom foot down with your hand. Make sure to tighten the bottom feet. Check them repeatedly. Otherwise, they can easily fall off. This large capacity tote bag is now complete. Now I will show you how to attach the shoulder strap. This shoulder strap has holes, so you can adjust it according to your height. Pass the U-shaped hardware through the hole in the strap. Thread the bag charm through here and pull it all the way down. Now the bag is finished. It looks like this. Take a look. The bag is now complete. Thank you for watching.